Ultra Evil Media.
Hello guys, I'm JR and I am with
Amanda.
Danny.
Alright guys, there's a few questions here and there, and the first one is this your first con?
No.
No.
What A-kon is this for you, and how many other cons have you gone to?
This is my second A-kon, but this is probably my 6th or 8th convention.
Pretty much this is my 10th con that I've been to. I've been to other cons such as A-Fest, Dallas Fan Expo. I haven't been able to go to any other cons except for those 3.
Yeah, money reasons, right? This is my only A-kon. It's my second A-kon, and my first one was IzumiCon, which is a little short one in Oklahoma City. So true. What brings you to A-kon? What is something that you saw in A-kon that you really want to be here for?
Mainly seeing all the cosplayers and being able to see people. To me, that's why I like coming to conventions, to be able to dress up, have fun, be yourself, and do whatever you want, and run around the hotel and be a crazy person.
Well, pretty much, always loved anime as a kid. When I found out they had a convention, I just had to come to it. As soon as I saw it, instantly fell in love with it. Love the fact that, people dress up not just as anime characters. Like, as for me, I'm cosplaying as the Undertaker from WWE, greatest wrestler ever. Just
yes.
side option.
No, I agree.
But pretty much what she said, just being yourself, it doesn't matter. I see people cosplaying, gender benders, and that's what makes them feel better. I love it. I love every minute of it.
Like, it's creativity is what brings out the best in people, especially in cons where they can actually just show their creativity, basically. As you said, be themselves.
Show their creativity and show their skill, especially when you can tell somebody has worked hours and hours, months on a costume, and when to me, I love when I see people who really go out and actually will get their wigs, will style the wigs, will sew the dress, will go so far as doing the weapons. I love when I see the large, giant ones. I'm not exactly an anime person, but I love seeing, I can recognize characters, but when I'm seeing the large knifed ones and blades, I think that is really cool that they went to that extreme.
Yes. I just recently saw one of the characters from Ryonko Kenshin, one of the characters, giant sword.
Yeah, I think that might have
gigantic sword.
And there was actually Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon outside in the field. He really was. It was very impressive. It showed pretty much, what people can do. And pretty much right now, you got cosplayers at Five Nights at Freddy. Five Nights at Freddy here, very good, famous, online video game played by many YouTubers and people all around the world. For them to actually create a suit pretty much like that shows you have so much creativity, you have so much potential to do something, And as for me, well, it's not really that hard, but
it's still fun to look at.
Yeah.
It is recognizable. I walk by, I'll either walk ahead or behind him, and I'll actually hear people like, dude, it's the Undertaker. And I'm like, aw, now you recognize it.
Yes, that's a lot of love comes from the creativity of people, and not just cosplay, just the Con-Goers and the personalities that come in, and you learn their little bit about themselves, and then you make con friends, and maybe they become true friends outside the con as well.
Con friends and con weekend boyfriends or weekend girlfriends, which no, you are not that. I'm sorry.
For those who are single.
All right. So you say the coolest thing you ever seen is just the cosplayers, and as well as for you, the cosplayers are the coolest thing you've seen. One of the things that impressed me, it was today. I found a guy as a transformer, Tarantulas from Beast Wars, and I asked him. He was all out. And he said that he took him 3 weeks to make his design, and it was amazing. I had no idea. All he had, if you saw him, he had a spider thing in the back. It was amazing. So, as you said, the amount of time and effort that people put into is dumbfounds me sometimes. What is the thing that you nerd out for? What is the thing that you see and you just geek out like a fangirl?
I'll be honest, fluffy stuff.
Fluffy stuff?
Yes, I do every now and then, because that's how I was with my first convention. I had the fluffies. I didn't have the ears or tails really or anything, but I still think it's kind of fun to see a lot of people still wearing it. But I have recently been geeking out when it ever comes to anything Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. There's a lot of Harley Quinns, and I'm not tired of it at all.
I know there's a diverse amount too. It's not just her jumpsuit. There's so many aspects. There's Arkham Knight. There's already some I'm seeing being represented from the new Suicide Squad movie coming out. But yeah, it's kind of like I don't say the evolution of Harley Quinn, but there's just there's not just one that I'm seeing lots of different styles.
What about you?
Well, pretty much like she said, the Harley Quinns,
That's my answer.
great thing to look at. But the one thing that I actually do get excited for seeing is the Hinata cosplays. I've always been a fan of Naruto, and Hinata is one of my favorite characters on the manga and anime. And every time when I see him, I just think so damn cute.
Yeah, Hinata is one of the cutest characters out there, and I adore her. I don't follow much of a Naruto, sadly. I finished the manga, I wanted to be that. I don't want just saying bad things about it and not know about it. But Hinata is one of my favorites, and I really enjoyed her, especially her scene with Pain. That was fucking, yeah. Sakura can suck it. That was awesome.
Take that, Sakura fan.
Shots fired.
That reminds me of my first convention. I can't even remember how many Narutos and Sasuke's that I counted. I was like, holy Jesus.
Yeah, when they became very popular, yes.
Yes.
I just have to say one thing. Naruhina for the win. We won. Deal with it.
The author heard the internet. Tips or tricks for con-goers.
Some what now?
Tips or tricks that you've learned through your con life for con-goers.
Well, one, these fans are lovely. For girls, stuff that breathes, because you're going to be walking around, especially if you're a character. A lot of anime characters have long hair, and their hair is mostly down, at least that I've noticed. And so I'm already walking around now, and I'm hot. I'm not even dressed, I just have my hair down. But that, and also being a fashion person, I even remember reading this as well. People who have made their costume and stuff keep a little sewing kit handy, and for impossible words, because it's gonna happen. Somebody may accidentally step on a dress or step wrong and something gets torn. Keep a quick little sewing kit handy where you can just pull out a needle, whip thread it, and just whip stitch something shut or something, or even fabric glue. So.
Any tips or tricks for con-goers?
For con-goers out there, if it's your first or if it's going to be your second, be careful. For those of you that are underage, please make sure that if somebody comes up to you and you know they're older, please verify your age. There's always been a problem with that. I know people tend to seem friendly around here, but please just be careful who you interact with around here. Another one, some cosplayers will kind of have a smell to them, but
oh my God.
you must actually, don't get over upset about it. Some people, like myself, I actually have been kind of iffy because I've been walking around, of course, all black, but that's part of it's my cosplay.
Right.
And of course, some cosplayers are going to stink, they are going to sweat and everything, and some people always complain about it, but just enjoy the con, Out of everything else, stay safe. Drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Something to add really quick. One, he's saying that because I gave him shit about stinking, but he's one of my best friends, so I can do that. And two, don't let people with free hug sign approach you.
Okay. Yeah.
Groping.
Yeah. Consent is important, guys. Okay. If you don't give consent, you tell them no. All right, it's very important. We said this many times already in past interviews, but consent is asked. If you're gonna give free hugs, say, "Is it okay?" They say yes, then do it, and just a hug, and that's it. All right.
Threaten saying, "If you are gonna hug me, you touch my ass, I will kick you in the balls."
Yeah.
No, I will.
But that's only her.
Yeah. Everybody else, we're probably gonna see a cop or two. Seriously.
There have been a lot I've noticed this year. I've seen quite a few patrol officers walking around the whole entire grounds. I'm like, okay, all right.
It's good to have fun, guys, but know when to be on the level, okay? You know, there's a time and place for everything. And for your cosplay, of course you're not wearing cosplay, but I would ask you, if you could wear a cosplay, what would your cosplay be?
Well, obviously, like I've said, I want to do Harley Quinn, but ultimately, originally I was intending on actually doing either AJ Lee, who's also a WWE diva, or either Paige or Nikki Bella, who are also WWE women. But yes, I did say that. Okay, leave me alone. But as far as like Harley Quinn or like I said, I think that's what I said. I'm not a whole bunch of anime yet. I mean, I'm trying to get into a little bit because of my work actually deals with some licenses from Funimation and Ghibli and stuff. So, but yeah, Harley Quinn probably, and then some of the WWE divas, because that's something I grew up with childhood, like he has as well. So.
That's good. That's very good. Since he's a little busy, how long would I can't ask that. What would be your favorite cosplay? Of course, you said Harley, but what have you seen in a Harley? What's your favorite Harley? Let's go with
My favorite Harley, I've actually been noticing is I guess it's the Arkham Knight one that I'm being told, because it's the one that's on my phone. I've seen a couple of them. That's what my friends tell me. It's the Arkham Knight one.
I believe that's the Arkham City one.
Arkham City, okay. Something like that. Or also, I know I've seen one where instead of pants, she's more in like in a skirt, like a little fluffy skirt, because I love the mischievous aspect of her.
Yeah.
I've been watching the cartoons and stuff. It's more or less what I've watched. But I love her mischievous and how even though she loves her little psychopath, like my fiance is kind of crazy. I would consider him to be a Joker if we were to do it together. But mostly that's what I love about her is her mischievousness and of course the red and the black colors.
Yeah. It's so noticeable, and it's very good, well made, especially what they do with it, it's showing different aspects of her character. I enjoy that sometimes she has no paint on, but she has her hair colored, and sometimes she just goes full out. And yeah, Harley's a great character, and I love that she was introduced in the animated series of Batman, and that was her origin. A lot of people don't like how she is right now, and I feel like I'm kind of in that boat too. And I hope it goes well for her in the movie. I will say I'm one of the people because, like I said, my work involves licensing, and we do handle DC Comics. And we've seen like the poster that came out for Suicide Squad movie, and my coworkers are all like, "Why is her hair like dip blue or something?" I was like, "That's not part of her colors." But I mean, like ultimately though, as far as like we were talking about like which ones, I know I wouldn't want to do like the original one purely because I know me walking around really, really hot, and so being in a suit, really solid in, and I have all that. I'm not cutting off my hair, so all the hair would be into a suit, into the the Harley Quinn Joker things. I wouldn't want to be able to do this. So I'd rather do like I said, the Arkham City or the one where she's wearing the skirt. I really don't remember which one that was. Speaking of Harley, if you want to see the true Suicide Squad movie, Assault on Arkham. It's a good movie. It is the best, one of the best DC movies I've seen. It's an animated series. It is in the Arkham world, and it's really cool seeing the Suicide Squad in an actual animated form.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, I've watched it myself. I thought it was amazing. The voice acting, the animation was just amazing with that. Especially, the whole team, how they got it together, the story, how they got it together, and then how they fell apart. My opinion on the Harley Quinn and the new Suicide Squad movie, taking it directly from the comic. Fans want stuff taken directly from the comic, but there are some fans out there that want it from the comic, but when they get it, they don't like it. They don't appreciate it. Pick something, guys. I mean, I wanted a Harley Quinn straight from the comics too. I wanted one from the Arkhamverse, but I got that in the Suicide Squad movie. And now I'm getting a Harley Quinn, and this is her first major motion picture role in the Suicide Squad based on the new 52 comics. So when people say, oh, they're not following to the comics, look closely at the Harley Quinn that's in the Suicide Squad movie now, and look at the Harley Quinn that's in the new 52 comics. In the new 52 comics, they're basically making it based off the comic books anyway, so be happy you're actually getting something close. Even with Jared Leto's Joker, there's actually an image of him where he's actually dressed like that in the comic books. He might not have the tattoos, but there's some comic books where the Joker, when one incarnation of the Joker had tattoos.
Yeah,
So,
I remember it was I think Frank Miller's.
yes, it was Frank Miller's.
Wow, we're going in a tangent with. We just love Harley. We love Joker. That's
We love to go into detail with this.
yes. That's okay. So that basically passes your nerdy thing. And we just love it. Okay, your favorite cosplay you've done?
To be honest, though, this is actually my first cosplay, officially. Back then, people would actually mistake me for doing Undertaker's American Badass because about for 3 years in a row, I would come in, I'd have just a black muscle shirt, my vest, and just regular blue jeans and a bandana with my hair braided. And people just come up to me, oh, are you cosplaying as The Undertaker? And I never officially ever done cosplay at all. So this is officially my first official cosplay. And it's with my favorite wrestler, The Undertaker.
I'm glad I got you then. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you told me your favorite, which was the Arkham City Harley Quinn, and she's a blast. I do love her. So as you said, you love The Undertaker for what he is and what he represents, which is the most dark and the most badass character that I've ever seen from WWE. Tell me in more detail how you fell in love with it and why you love him so much.
Well, I grew up on pro wrestling since I was 5 years old. I didn't know who my favorite wrestler would be back then. Of course, growing up as a kid, Stone Cold Steve Austin was pretty much, 90s kids, everybody's favorite wrestler back then, whether you love him or hate him. But then I saw The Undertaker, and I instantly just thought, there's this guy, he just sits up and he just scares the living crap out of you. That's something that I loved. And growing up, I've always been a big fan of The Undertaker to the point where I actually am taking up professional wrestling training.
I've seen him take a chair.
She told me take a chair shot. So for my training, excuse me.
You'll probably love my friend because he's all into the Undertaker.
Your friend might love me because I'm cosplaying him right now.
Oh, right? He also actually had professional wrestling a little bit. He's actually entered a small league once. So if you ever meet him, I'll introduce you. That'd be great. So any tangent though, my friend actually had a cool thing of how to send out Undertaker. He really disliked what happened in WrestleMania, which was the 24-1 thing. It was a very disappointing moment for fans, and it was disheartening because it felt like he said that it was awful because he lost to Brock Lesnar too. So besides the negative, let me tell you what he said. And Jose, this is for you because. He said that would have been great if Undertaker won and he didn't move afterwards. He just stood in the ring. Brock Lesnar would be carried out or whatever, he'd be out, but everyone would be like, well, what's going on with Undertaker? And then you hear ding, ding, and then the lights go off. And then you see his druids come in with his coffin and with his urn. And then they go into the ring, put Undertaker in the coffin with his urn, and then just drag him out. And it would say 25-0.
It was actually, it would have been 22-0.
22-0? Oh,
yeah.
But that would have been a great send-off for The Undertaker because that would be a way to retire him. And then the new thing for WrestleMania would be to try to break the streak.
Oh, well, going on, throughout his entire career, starting in March 1991 at WrestleMania 7, when the streak started, nobody knew pretty much if, it'd be intact, but, he fought match after match, and some people say, well, wrestling scripted. It is,
yeah.
But what we do, we put our bodies on the line just for your entertainment. You might not even like wrestling. I went to a school where nobody liked wrestling, but we were watching John Cena versus CM Punk 2 years ago. Actually, 2 years ago to see who would face The Rock at WrestleMania in Dallas, Texas. We were watching it. 12 people in the room didn't like wrestling except for me and another guy. By the end of the match, everybody was cheering. So whether you like pro wrestling or whether you love it or hate it, guys, it's just entertainment. It's entertainment and it's fun to watch.
It is in the name. That's why I hate people be like, oh, it's not a sport. I'm like, it's called Pro Wrestling Entertainment. It's not pro wrestling sport.
And the thing with The Undertaker, his streak, nobody will be able to replicate it. Nobody. 22 victories now. But yeah, him losing to Brock Lesnar, I was so upset just like every other fan, but, because, in my personal opinion, I didn't always think, Brock Lesnar was, cool and whatnot. But he's earned my respect at what he's done, especially outside of professional wrestling. But I felt like when Vince McMahon said that nobody could stack up, to Brock Lesnar compared to the other ones, there are so many talents there. He just put on a great match, which was one of the greatest WrestleMania moments at WrestleMania 31 against Bray Wyatt, when Bray Wyatt did his spider walk and Undertaker did a zombie sit-up.
Wow.
It was one of the most greatest things that you could just hear. The pitch of the crowd in there was just higher than the Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns fight. Because the thing is, Undertaker's already cemented his legacy. And I truly believe he still has some to go. And I will be waiting for him when he comes here for WrestleMania 32 in Arlington, Texas. So Taker, if you ever see this, I will see you there.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. I don't want to spend more time, so we'll probably just skip the 18 plus. So any last tips or tricks for cosplayers?
Other than the whole, learn some ways on keeping yourself cool and, stranger danger, beware of your surroundings. Kind of that whole thing is, it's all fun and games, but you got to remember these are people of all ages. It's not just for young people. There are some older guys here that you may have to look out for, to be honest. I mean, and like I said, the whole free hug thing is like, apparently, I think that became such an issue. Like, I haven't even seen that. I saw a sign that said free shrugs at first, so I was like, okay.
It started becoming an issue around 2009 and onward because people were actually groping. They would wear a sign called free hugs, and people would hug them and, beep, beep right there, But the thing is what she said, and, watch out. Because there was actually a 14-year-old that was dressed up as a character from the hentai Bible Black.
Wow.
And her father her father was there escorting her. He had no idea what she was, and he was asking around, why are older guys coming up to her and everything. A friend of mine told me this, and he showed the father what Bible Black was, and as soon as he saw it, never saw her again, and she had a 3-day pass for this weekend.
So girls, if you're going with your father, dress your age, okay? Once you're 18 plus, you can do whatever you want. When you pay your own bills and stuff, do whatever you want. But also, guys, girls, don't do anything with underage people, okay? Go somewhere. If you want to do stuff that's adult, go to an 18 plus con, okay? They exist. I found out 18 plus con. Do all the crazy shit you want there, okay? It's 18 plus for a reason.
Also, just real quick, don't think to be noticed or to get any attention that you have to be scantily dressed. Don't try to be all the short skirt, big boobed anime characters. I mean, you don't have to be an anime character. I mean, I've seen Princess Peach a lot. I've seen Harley Quinn a lot. I mean, it does not have to be, especially, I don't know what the character is, but with some cat character where she's got a tail, but all her thing is she just has fur in her skin. I'm sorry, if that was my daughter and she was below 18 years old, I would have an issue with that.
Yes, that would be, I forgot, some dog stalkers, I believe. But guys, if you're underage, just think about what you wear. And guys, gals, don't bother any underage girls with any adult matters, okay? That's why at night it's 18 plus or whatever, or at a con that's 18 plus, all right? Anyway, stay safe. Take care and just have fun with your cosplays, all right? You can dress however you want, but be at your age and just have fun with it. Don't try to get any attention. Just do it for the fun. Do it because you love it. Correct?
And also, don't think because if it's a male character that a female can't do it.
Right. Yeah. Gender bend is a thing.
And just because she might be wearing skimpy outfits doesn't mean she wants to be hit on a lot, dude.
Skimpy outfits does not mean consent, guys, okay? It's words of mouth. Use your words.
I have a friend who's dressed as a Black Canary. Very, very hot, but pretty much just give consent to other people because they're cosplaying as their favorite characters. Some are cosplaying for attention, but you know what? Let them be them. They feel good about themselves that they want to dress this way, they want to dress like this character. Let them do it. Don't be hitting on them, especially if they're underage. Because girls these days, 14, 15-year-olds, they look like they're 18 and 19, and it's very hard. That's why I say, girls, please, if you're underage, let them know how old you are. Otherwise, you will constantly be hit on over and over and over again.
damn hormones in the KFC chicken.
But yes, if you don't want to hear more of this, if you want to hear more about who they are and what they love and all that stuff, stop doing this shit, okay? Look, we went on a tangent, but yeah, if you don't want this to be repeated in all the interviews, stop doing it. Period. Anyway, thank you very much. I don't want to waste more of your time, but thank you so much. Have an awesome A-kon 26, and remember to learn something new every day, then talk about it. See you next time.